After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. Ready to go.
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch. Temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate the yellow bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
Don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why'd he want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the West. We used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handed him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then, a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selinoyarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us. Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selinoyarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong, you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle. you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using codename. You're not to mention your real...
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad...
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might...
What about you, mate?
I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. Oh, and Snake.
Yeah,
The crew isn't watching anymore. You can take off the disguise now.
good idea. This isn't right. Time for the snake to shed his skin. Can you hear me, mate? Kept you waiting, huh?
This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. This kind of infiltration... In other words, weapons and... That goes for food as well.
Great. Now, I suppose calling me Snake was you...
No. There's a good reason for that.
Gotcha. Getting back to the...
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. You'll also find some medical supplies.
Yeah, about the backpack.
I see. Well, you'd better go.
No problem. I can see it from...
To climb a tree, stand in front. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. My frequency is 1-4. If you need to talk to me, use... Okay, Snake. I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to... In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a list on the screen. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, survival is fundamental. After you've been out in the field for a while, if your stamina gets too low, you won't be able to shoot accurately, for example. Keep an eye on your stamina to recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or...
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression... If the suppressor's durability is any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now...
I have to find my own weapons and equipment.
Solo covert actions you can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You're a ghost, Snake, and there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and U.S. government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of my...
I'm afraid so. You've been given... SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops tape it to your body so you can take it when you...
How generous.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead.
Just take the...
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't...
Correct. The mission rests...
A real one-man...
Relax. There's a support team.
Who?
I'll introduce them this time. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, as well as recording your... She's a member of Fox as well, and...
She?
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, what's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a...
So saving lets me record...
That's right. It also records...
Good to know.
There's one more person I want...
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, a legendary... Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's author... She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
The boss?
She also helped me plan this mission.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me.
It's been 5 years.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top-secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No. I taught you everything. I taught you all. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to
How to think like a soldier. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach... Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil. No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, a soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why, but you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political... That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. He has no enemies and no friends. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done.
That's not the same thing. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty...
Being...
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever.
I follow the will of the leader.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The time. People's values change over time. And so do the lead. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing...
And that's the way a soldier...
The only thing we can believe in is the mission, Jack.
All right.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake, the Cobra unit. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing...
Yeah. I can't think of anyone else.
Yes.
It's good to hear.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at Earth, but this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key.
CQC. I've been in the Green Berets for the past...
Not to worry. After all, this is your first...
Where are you, boss?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve... Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone...
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
saving the game. Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla King of Monsters?
No.
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
It's about this monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test.
Nuclear test, huh? Then the Marshall Islands must be
It's just,
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos. Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Zero, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating everything in his path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made I recommend seeing the original. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
If you wait 40 years, you might be able to see it in America, too. It might even win awards all across the globe in 60 years.
Why's that?
2024 will be Godzilla's 70th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Of course. Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when you get in a jam. That's the magic of movies.
No kidding. Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
Camouflage is an indispensable tool when you're sneaking through the jungle. To use camouflage, first press the Survival Viewer button to go to the Survival Viewer. Then select Camouflage and press the Enter button. Select Uniform to select Battle Fatigues, and Face to select Face Paint. Choose Battle Fatigues. The most effective camouflage is camouflage patterns that stand out in your...
too bad. Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in we can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited.
The Major is right. The point of the success of the mission depends. Change your camouflage. The uniform option lets you pick choosing camouflage that also, don't forget that anything that moves will. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how the higher the value, the key is to make yourself one.
The enemy! I think I saw something. Huh. Guess I'm seeing things.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding...
Northeast section.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get...
And that it?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood.
Who's that? What happened?
HQ. Control here. Enemy sighted. Requesting backup.
I see him. I see him.
Major, I'm in front of
Hold on, Snake.
condition.
Yeah. What phase?
Alert.
Exactly. I already said you can't contact Sokolov. Well, anyway, the reason that door won't open, he's scared. In order to break Sokolov out of there, you'll need contact Sokolov later after you've once things have stabilized.
HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. We've lost sight of the enemy. Commence alert formation.
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby. Pursue and engage him.
HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol.
Patrol here. Unable to locate the problem.
Understood. Return to your position.